The practice course is a self-paced tutorial that isn't graded, but it's recommended and made available to you to become familiar with navigating in the learning platform, as well as to practice a few basic activities that you might be required to do in your online courses while enrolled at APOU. The first thing to do is click on the How to Use This Practice Course book. To go to the next page, click on the right arrow. One of those pages is called Check Your Browser. Make sure you go through it very carefully to configure your browser for your courses. On the left side, you'll see a settings block, and there is Print Book or Print This Chapter. Your whole book or just that chapter will pop up in a separate window, and from here, you can either print or save the contents of that window. When you reach the last page of the book, click the up arrow to exit the book. You'll actually have several of these books in the practice course, at least one in each section, just introducing the material and giving you some step-by-step instructions on how to do these other assignments down here. And then when you're done, you can click and place a check mark next to each one. This is called completion tracking, and it just helps you to keep track of your progress as you go through the course. It's also really nice when you come back day after day to pick up where you left off. On the front page of every course, we have a folder called Course Resources. Some of the things you'll find are Getting Started, what to do when you first get into your course, About APOU, which has information like mission statement, attendance and schedule policies, and an academic integrity statement. We have a technical support page, so who to contact, both either by phone or email when you're having technical problems. We have some common quick fixes, some recommended browsers and settings, help configuring your browser both for PC and for Mac, as well as information on how to clear your browser cache, which can be very helpful. We also have a page of technology requirements, things you may need to be successful in your course. Our Helps page has 3 sections, one that will help you use the APOU learning platform, another page just for Google Docs specifically, and then another page that will help you use tools like YouTube or zipping and unzipping files, VoiceThread, things that may be a part of your course and you might find helpful as well. We have a page for library resources that contains tutorials and orientations for the library. And we also have a late assignment policy as well that you'll want to check that out. So take some time to go through that course resources folder and explore each one of those resources. Let's talk a little bit about navigation. Normally your folders in your course will be organized into weeks, each week of the course. Here we have it as topics. Now you can see that we can open each folder separately to see its contents, or you can also go up to the top and there's a little plus sign up here. We're going to click on that plus sign and it will expand all of those folders together. And you can see them all expanded. If you want to collapse all the folders, we go right back up to the top and there's a little minus sign now. Click on that minus sign and it's going to collapse them all. Now if you want to display the contents of just one folder on your screen, you can go back to a particular folder. Let's pick navigation. Okay, and if I click on the title, Navigation and Course Tools, and now I see just that one folder. If I want to go back to the course home with the whole folder list, I can click on this gray icon in the upper right corner and it will return me back to the course home page. There are a couple of other ways to do roughly the same thing, so let's go back into another folder. And I could also click on Course Home, that text right down there at the bottom, and it'll bring me right back home. Let's go inside another folder, and I also want to show you the Jump To box at the bottom. Click that down arrow and you'll have a list of just any folder you would like to jump into from there. Another navigational tool to be aware of is the breadcrumb up at the top of the screen. You can always find your way back to the course home by clicking on the title of the course. So we'll go into an activity, and then once we click on the title of the course, we're back. On the left and the right side of your course, you have what we call blocks, which contain links to various functions for your course. Now, if you want to hide or collapse one of these blocks, you can click on the minus sign. To expand or show the block again, just click on what is now become a plus sign. You can also collapse or expand within a block by clicking on the gray triangle. You can also move your blocks and move them to what we call a dock to get them out of your way if you don't want to see them on your screen. Click on the dock button, and it goes to the upper left corner where you see a tab. If you want to expand it, you can always click on the tab and it opens up and you can make your selections. To move it back off the dock, click on that same button and it moves back into your block area. Let's take a closer look at your navigation block. This has some tools to help you get around. You have the My Courses section, which will expand to show you all your different courses, and you can jump to the course title that you click on. You also have the My Profile section, where you can click to view your profile the way that others will see it. You can go to your forum posts. You can also access your messages area. And there's a place called My Home, which will show you an overview of the details of all of the courses that you're currently enrolled in. We're back at the Learning Portal, and there's a block called My Courses. You can just jump back into the practice course. And on the Settings block, we'll take a closer look here. You can, in the Course Administration area, open that up and you can access your grades in there. So here's where you'll be seeing all your grades posted. Let's go back to the practice course, and we also have the expandable My Profile settings area where you can go to edit your profile and change the details and the particulars, such as your email address. You can also find a link to change your password. So you'll have to put in your current password, but then once you put in your new password and confirm it, click on Save Change. On the messaging options, you can choose to be notified whether by pop-up notification or by email when any one of these actions happen. When something is graded, when a forum is posted, or when you receive a message. You can also change the email address that this will go to. So now we'll go back to the beginning of the practice course and take a look at the activities block. If you click on the assignments link in there, it'll show you all of your assignments for the entire course, regardless of when it's due. So the same thing for books, feedback, forums, quizzes. Again, it'll show you all of those activities for the entire course, regardless of when they're due. So let's make sure you know where your gradebook is. You can click on Grades under Settings, and here's where you're going to find your gradebook. You're going to see your grades as they're posted, and your professor will post feedback for you as well in the feedback column. You also have your course calendar. Here's where your due dates are all going to be listed, and you can also change your preferences. In addition to the due dates, which will already be present in the calendar, you can also add your own events. You have a new event button in the upper right. So let's go back to the practice course. Next, we're going to take a look at the participants. Click on any other learner, and you'll go to their profile where you can click Send a Message. Click in the message box and write a message, and click on Send Message. You can also read messages and then reply in the message box. Let's go back to the practice course, the course home. And you can also click on the text where it says messages, and you can search for other learners or other participants to send to. Click on the green plus and you'll add them to your address book as well as to start a new message to them. In this section, Submitting Assignments, you'll become familiar with the various assignment types and how to complete them. So first, let's take a look at the online text assignment. The question is, if you could have one superhero power, what would it be? So you'll scroll down and you'll click on the Add Submission button. Then you'll see in its place a submission box. You can click there and then type your response. I would want to fly. So then you're going to go down and click on Save Changes. And you're done. Next, let's take a look at the offline activity. This is for a museum visit or something where there really isn't an online deliverable. You won't be typing or submitting anything online. Next, let's take a look at the advanced uploading of files, where you'll upload a Word document or something like that. Click on Upload Files at the bottom. Click on Add, and now you're going to be uploading a file. Click Browse, and here you'll have to find on your computer the Microsoft Word document that contains your report or the PowerPoint file that you're trying to upload. So that's really what this assignment type is for. We're going to click on Test and click Open. Really, when you do this in the practice course, you can choose any file that you want. Upload this file, click on Save Changes, and you're done. Now at the bottom you'll see Test, that's our file. You can edit this file or you can send for marking. That means you're done, and the teacher will then grade that as your final submission. A discussion forum helps promote interactive discussion on a particular topic. And one forum you're going to see in every single course is called Community. It's up there at the top. And we're going to click on Community. This is a place for you to introduce yourself and also to ask any questions about the course. Your professor will respond to these in the announcements section. So we'll add a new discussion topic. And then when we scroll down, you'll see a place for you to then type in a subject line and a short message. If you want to add an attachment, you can. So you have the Add button down at the bottom. Upload a file. Then you browse. Find the document on your computer somewhere. It'll look different if it's a Macintosh. Click Open. And then upload this file, and this will be attached to your forum post. Then you'll click on Save Changes, and it'll prompt you to continue. And here you'll see your post. Let's go back to the practice course where we have other forums that you can try out. We'll scroll down to the forum section, and let's click on Favorite Vacation Spots. So here it's going to ask us, where's the last place you went on vacation, or where would you like to visit? So there's a reply word in the lower right corner. When somebody already has posted something and you want to simply reply to it, that's what you'll see. So now it opens up and you can type in your response. And in this case, if you wanted to put a picture, you can click on the picture icon right there in the editor. You can find or upload an image. And when you browse your computer for that image, select your image and then click on Open and upload this file. You should type in an image description as well for accessibility purposes, and then you can click on the Insert. Now this is really big, so we're going to click on the picture. Notice how you have a resize handle. You can drag that in, but it's still really big. So let's actually do this another way. We're going to click on the picture itself, go back to the insert picture icon, and click on the Appearance tab. You can then go to the dimensions where it says 884, and let's make that smaller, 300. Click on Update, and you have a much more realistic size picture. Not realistic, but better size picture there. Click on Post to Forum, and it says you have 30 minutes where you can make any changes if you want to after that. So you'll see that delete button there only for 30 minutes. Going back to the practice course, we can also get into all the forums by clicking on the activities. It says forums. And let's say you want to subscribe. You want to be notified by email of any updates. You can subscribe to a forum by clicking where it currently says no. Now it says yes, and that means you're going to get in the email any updates to that forum, any conversations going on. If you want to unsubscribe, you go back to the same place, click on it again, and it now will say no. Alright, you can also do this for all forums. You can, up at the top, either subscribe to all forums or unsubscribe to all forums. Quizzes may be a part of your coursework assignments, so take the practice quiz in the practice course and get familiar with how they work. Attempt the quiz now. It's up to your professor to decide whether or not you have more than one attempt. So, with each question, you can make your answer clicking the Submit button, and it's kind of nice because you'll get that immediate feedback on whether you got that answer correct or incorrect. You can see on the next one we'll maybe choose an incorrect answer, and you get that feedback of incorrect. You'll even have short answers available to you as well, and the computer knows how to read that as correct or incorrect. And you have lots of different question types. There's multiple choice, true, false, essays, and even ones like this where you may make multiple sort of matching selections as well. So quizzes can be a lot of fun, and they give you that instant graded feedback. Click on Submit and Next. Here you'll get to Submit All and Finish. Click Yes. And they'll let you review your answers. So here you're reviewing that attempt. And you can finish your review, and it tells you your final grade, 4 out of 5. And you'll go back to the practice course. Take some time to get to know Google Docs, which can be very helpful in creating and sharing your homework assignments. First, let's see how we can collaborate on a document that's already been shared with us. Go to the quote wall and click. You're going to see that the Google Doc pops up in another browser window. You can scroll down to the bottom, and then you can click and simply start typing. It's very good for working on team projects together with other people because you'll be able to see real-time edits as they happen. If there are more of you in this document all typing at the same time, you can actually see that. And all changes are being saved as you type, so now you can close the document and you're back at the practice course. Next, let's upload our own document to Google Docs. Open a new browser window. You can see that now in Firefox we have 2 tabs, one for our practice course and one for Google Docs. We're going to type in first your mail.apou.net address to get to your email. So type in the username that was supplied to you and your password. Staying signed in is usually a good convenience, and then click on Sign In. Go to the top of the screen where it says Documents and click, and here you are in your Google Docs. Click on the Upload a File button, choose Files, and here you can now browse through your computer to find the document you want to upload. This can be usually any type of Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, anything like that. And then start upload. Notice that we're uploading an art report. Upload complete. So now we can close that window, and here is our art report. We can click. Here it pops up now in a third window. Okay. Now we can also share this art report with other people. Open it back up again and click on the blue share button in the upper right corner. Normally it's private, but if you click on change, you should choose people at Azusa Pacific University Online with the link. And make sure they can view it unless you really want them to edit it. You'll leave it on view and click save. Now you'll have a link that you can copy and paste to share with others. Let's see how that might happen. I'm going to go into the art report one more time, click on share to open up and find that sharing link. We're going to right click and copy. It might be different on a Mac. You can also use Command C or Control C to copy. Now let's go back to your practice course, and we're going to find somewhere where we want to share this link. We've actually provided a place for you under the Google Docs assignments. You can find the one that says link to a discussion doc. I'm sorry, Google Doc. Add a new discussion forum. We'll click to just type some sort of basic message, subject line. You can make it up. Type in a brief message. And here's my link. Okay, notice we're going to highlight the words that you want to be linked to the Google Doc. Click on the link icon, and then you're going to paste either with a right click paste, or if you're using a Mac you can use Command V. Okay, now you've pasted in that link, you insert, and here it is. That blue hyperlink is now a link. Click on continue. Okay, let's go into your post and see what it looks like. Notice your link is now colored. Click.